Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. Hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Everybody is talking about how much of a failure and financial wreck that Commander Masters was, and that is 100% true, especially if you're a store with sealed product left. It feels real bad right now seeing boxes basically at or even below, in some cases, distribution prices before you pay your shipping and fees on a marketplace like TCG Player. But even throughout all that right now, we are seeing a strong uptick in prices of Commander Masters playable singles. I wanted to chat about that with you guys to show you what I am seeing. Now, I opened up all my boxes last week. Most of my set boxes, I have a couple more like on shelf and that kind of stuff. I kept some collector boxes because, you know, packs are fun to open and is a thing. But this week I was astonished to start seeing the price of the cards when people were trying to trade them into the store or whatever was significantly higher than what we were selling them for, you know, on pre-release, being a store that could only sell pre-release. So I'm going to show you the data, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I think this means for the set. And I'm also going to share with you why I think this is happening in the current world of Magic the Gathering from a store owning perspective. So, so this is what I've done. I have taken the top selling singles. If you go to like Commander Masters here, this is just the top selling singles. So we're sorting by best selling, right? And that's, I've just taken for you basically all the best selling singles other than the textured foil Jeweled Lotus, which we'll talk about. We'll talk about that later. But everything on the first page has a sell-off point right here in the dip about August 1st is really the best timeline for it, so about a week ago, and this is when the vast majority of my sales happened, to be honest with you. Happened at this low point, and everybody kind of thought it was just going to keep going down because of course stores will keep opening product, right? Because the singles or the sealed boxes aren't selling, so stores are going to have to open product, and you know what's going to happen. Well, man, everything's shooting back up to close to like the earlier pre-order price. You've got Fierce Guardianship doing it. I mean, everything. Deflecting SWAT, all of these high selling, very, very, expensive reprints of particularly this line of reprints. Jeweled Lotus doing it a little bit on the lower end here in the borderless version. Regular Fierce Guardianship doing it, all the playable singles. Demonic Tutor doing it. You've got a little bit of a dip and, you know, a strong dip, and now it's starting to turn its way back up. This artwork is so good on this Demonic Tutor. We've got the playmat for that in store. It's so good. Regular Jeweled Lotus, you know, hit a bottom at the $63 price point. Now it's back up to $72. I mean, it's just everything's jumping right back up. That is a high playable single. Regular Deflecting SWAT, same old artwork, doing the same thing, back up to $31. Now, you know, this card is still significantly down from its, you know, old price of $40 or so, but not that far down. I mean, sitting at like $32. It's not crazy. Deadly Rollick, same thing. It had a dip. You guys are starting to get it. Even like look at Psych Rift. Okay, Psych Rift dipped down to the $18 price point for like 2 days. The market ate up all the cards and it shot right back up to the pre-order price of $26. Trust me, I had plenty of sales of Cyclonic Rift at $18, $19, $20. It was amazing watching this thing kind of tank. Same thing, doubling season, tanks. Finale of the season, tanks, goes right back up. You get what I'm saying. We'll talk about the, this is the same one. You get what I'm saying. So let's talk about a couple things. Let's talk about, first off, why is this currently happening in this release? When you get a set like this that stores pre-ordered before we got the release of what the cards were going to be in, everybody was super uber hyped about it. We were off the Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings hadn't even really kicked off yet, and so people were really excited about Commander Masters, and Lord of the Rings really picked up. And what we saw happen was stores' excitement level for this product was really high on release, and they got really excited about it. And then the prices came out and nobody knew quite what to do. And so I think a lot of stores like me ended up with more product than their market could have handled because the product was expensive. So we all opened singles and we all listed them as soon as possible to get the cash flow in and to move it along. But what happens in a set like this is the demand is so high for the individual cards. And on top of that, with the price point being so high, more and more people went to the market for singles that it just ate up the supply instantly. You saw it in like a 2-day window. People had this like, it's really like that Friday-ish. Like people had this real sense of, oh no, I got my boxes and I didn't get the cards that I wanted. And from like that Thursday to Saturday, it just kind of shot up in price because people who didn't get their cards in their release event or in their boxes that they maybe splurged and opened, they went to the market to pick up these singles because now is a reprint. So I think that mixture of stores trying to recoup their capital as soon as possible and not wanting to hold the risk, mixed with the demand for those singles of people who kind of FOMO'd in, really drove the price back up on these singles. Now here's, if you are a consumer, before we get there, I want to go to what's not working. What's not working is the textured foils are just still an absolute free fall with a very, very, very large supply on the market still, because these are all stores. You can see these are, especially all these are, anything that has this little not red thing, but anything with this little store looking thing is a certified hobby shop. Look how many stores were opening this up for singles, and the demand for the textured foils just isn't there. The textured foil just does not, I don't know what Wizards is thinking. I don't know why they think that we want the same artwork on a card that just has a Pokemon texture. They obviously don't understand what is exciting about it for Pokemon. The exciting thing for Pokemon is the different artwork. It's a unique card. It feels different. You know, the mechanics are the same. It's not like a different card, but like the feel of the card is different, and that excites people. But people just do not care about the textured foil. I mean, the demand is non-existent. So if you are a consumer, what does this mean for you? I think you need to be careful of this current FOMO cycle, because the supply of this from a distribution standpoint, we can all get boxes. I can call and get a chunk of, I'm not going to say I can get as many boxes as I would want to ask for. I don't want to ask for any boxes, but if the demand for the singles goes up and it actually becomes this like, hey, you can open these things for significant money, man, like there's plenty of supply left to be opened from Wizards print. And so if I would not FOMO in at these prices, what I would do if I were you, I think in the next couple weeks, we will see more cards come to market from the consumer side, not the prosumer, not the store side. You know, I don't know that we're going to see a significant supply come in from that side, but I do think we will see a trickle. Typically, you know, consumers are a little bit later to getting their cards listed, and you know, you went to a release event on Friday and you had to work on Monday, and so maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we got new release or more product releases this weekend. I think we're going to see another significant drop off for most of the singles in this set. On top of that, like there's no indication that set boxes, draft boxes won't continue to be reprinted. So I would obviously not FOMO into this price. But I think more interestingly, from a store perspective, we're in a different world where I would make more money if instead of rushing to get my cards to the market before release so that I get the pre-order price and all that stuff. It seems like everybody is doing that. And so to switch up on, you know, what everybody's doing, I think it's more risk. But in this scenario, it would have been better for me to open up my product yesterday, the day after, to go through release, actual release, sell all the product that I can as a store owner, and then the next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, open up all the boxes and list the cards on Monday and be at this price point where things are significantly higher. I think that would have worked out much better for me. Throughout all Magic history on pre-ordering singles and selling singles, it's always been a race to get things listed as soon as possible. But I think the market has shifted now where everybody is doing that. The supply is higher than the demand at release. It's shifted. The supply now is higher than the demand at pre-release, and then post-release, the couple of days, the supply is lower than the demand because of the way that the consumer is interacting with the product. So I think there may be a sweet spot here to not rush to compete to get your money back, but instead hold on, be patient, and open your product in that sweet spot window of like Saturday, Sunday, Monday post release, before the consumers get their cards listed and after all the other stores just dump the singles onto the market. So I don't know, just a really interesting thing. Again, definitely do not FOMO into these prices. If you miss that window of, that Saturday, Sunday, I guess, of getting your cards picked up, man, I would say wait, and we'll see these cards drop a lot as supply will probably increase over the next couple weeks. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hopefully you're having yourself a great day. Be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.